This is a story of how Rushi and Hima met. Disclaimer, this entire storyline is definitely exaggerated as it's in the point of view of our groom. It all started when Hima decided to add UIC to her list of college tours. I mean, who can blame her? Chicago is the best city in the world and home to her future husband. So yes, this is where their love story began. Although Hima didn't end up attending UIC, her and Rushi had several mutual friends between UIC and U of I, so they would occasionally cross paths. They stayed friends and lived out their own separate lives for over 5 years.
Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day. My iPod stuck on replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day. Like my iPod stuck on replay.
मैंने जिसे अभी अभी देखा है कौन है वो अनजानी तेरे माथे झूमर दमके तेरे कानों वाली चमके है रे वो है कोई गलियां कोई किरण है कोई कहानी जितना देखूं उतना सोचूं क्या उसे मैं कह दूं
She's one of the mind all day. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep out. Got me singing like na 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 every day. It's like my iPod stuck on replay.
Those 5 years flew by, and at this point, both Rushi and Hima had graduated college and started their lives as adults. Funny thing is, they'd see each other on Hinge from time to time, but neither of them had the courage to swipe right. One weekend in July, Rushi and some friends decided to take a road trip to St. Louis to visit their other mutual friend. And here is where it really starts. If you're not already connecting the dots, let me help you. Rushi's friend, who lived in St. Louis, who he was visiting, was also mutual friends with Hima. They all got together and went out for dinner. At this point, Rushi could not help but notice how beautiful Hima looked. They all continued to hang out and shared some laughs while playing beer games, which Rushi swears he won. Rushi and Hima started talking more that evening, but then it was time to go home.
गोरे गोरे टुकड़े चांद के टुकड़े काली काली सुल्फे नीली नीली आंखें गोरे 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 टुकड़े
Be my love,
चांद के टुकड़े
be my love,
काली काली सुल्फे
be my love,
नीली नीली आंखें
be my love.
ख्वाब दिखा दे राह बुला दे होश उड़ा दे सबके चैन मिटा दे तन सुलगा दे मन में दे मस्ती हो रॉक एंड रोल सोनिए ढोले ये बनते रे लिए रॉक एंड रोल सोनिए अभी तू भी तो मेरे संग दो रॉक एंड रोल सोनिए ढोले ये बनते रे लिए रॉक एंड रोल सोनिए अभी तू भी तो मेरे संग दो
Because they had a lot of mutual friends, they already had each other's numbers. So, one day, Rushi decided to shoot his shot and text Hima. After a million texts back and forth, that quite literally added up to an entire novel, and FaceTime calls until 5 a.m. almost every day, their feelings started to grow over the next few months. Or did they? Maybe this was one-sided. Who knows? About 3 months in, Hima decides to friend-zone Rushi.
मैंने कहा तुमसे दोस्ती करूंगी तुम भी कहो मुझसे दोस्ती करोगे
देखूंगा सोचूंगा कल परसों कुछ कहूंगा जो नाम दिल पे हो लिखा जो नाम दिल पे हो लिखा इकरार उसी से होता है
कैसे कहूँ मैं ओ यारा ये प्यार कैसे होता है. आंखें खुली हो या हो बंद दीदार उनका होता है. आंखें खुली हो या हो बंद दीदार उनका होता है. कैसे कहूँ मैं ओ यारा ये प्यार कैसे होता है.
Rushi realized he had to play hard to get while still being persistent. He finally convinced Hima that they should go on their first date. Many would describe the first date as perfection, which it was, but this one was extra special. Rushi had to meet Hima's dad for the first time, not by choice, but because Hima got into a minor car accident on her way to the date. Let's just say Rushi was a nervous wreck, but clearly her dad approved. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
देखा तुमको जब से बस देखा तुमको यारा. देखा तुमको जब से बस देखा तुमको यारा. तुमसे कोई अच्छा है ना तुमसे कोई प्यारा. यूं नजरे ना फेरो तुम मेरे हो मेरे तुम. कह दो ना you are my सोनिया. Hey कह दो ना you are my सोनिया.
Rushi being, well, Rushi, wanted to impress Hima, so he planned an elaborate weekend for her birthday. This night was a night of many firsts, but the most important was the first time saying I love you. I'll let you guys guess who said it first.
Ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Esto hay que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firma las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
मुझको बुलाए पास लाए इशारे तेरे दुनिया के यहाँ है बिन बताए हवाले तेरे तुझ पे है हारे ना जग में तो सारे ना होगा तुझ बिन अब सजना जीना नहीं.
तुझसे मिलके हुआ मेरे दिल को यकीन कोई भी तुझसे ज्यादा जरूरी नहीं. मेरे बिन मेरी दुनिया थी पूरी नहीं. तेरी ख्वाहिश में आवारा जो मेरे जिया दिलों की ये डोरियां रब ने जोड़ियां. रे पिया तेरे संग बहता जाऊं रे.
Things really started moving fast at this point, beyond both of their expectations. From meeting each other's parents, to Hima attending Rushi's annual cousin's vacation, and Thanksgiving with his childhood family friends, it was 0 to 100 real quick. It was then that Rushi decided to hard launch their relationship and make it official on the street of St. Louis, under the stars, in a carriage ride. They celebrated by sneaking past a long bar line by saying Rushi just proposed, and ordering a bottle of not just any champagne, but a bottle of Veuve Clicquot, which became their special bottle.
दुनिया को खुद से अलग करके रख लो तुझको मैं हक करके I wanna tell you मैं तेरा ना सुनिए तेरा नाम
सानू करे इशारे कंगना तेरा नी सानू करे इशारे
That's why I need a wonders. Gotta see it. One more time before I go. I have always taken
नशे से चढ़ गए कुड़ी नशे से चढ़ गए पतंग से लड़ गए कुड़ी पतंग से लड़ गए
मेरे रोल जुदाइया दी कब सुबह किले हो गए आ जाए दिल तेरा पूरा भी ना हो
कहना यारी गद्दारी इसके नाम गार कहना यारी गद्दारी इसके नाम गार मैं था चले
What chumka?
Time went by, and soon enough, Rushi and Hima were ready to move into their first apartment together. This came to be such a special milestone for them, making memories all around the city, from enjoying summertime shy to the cozy holidays. Throughout all their ups and downs, their relationship and love for each other grew stronger.
वाह वाह राम जी जोड़ी क्या बनाई और जोड़ी भैया और भाभी को बधाई हो बधाई वाह वाह राम जी जोड़ी क्या बनाई भैया और भाभी को बधाई हो बधाई सब रस्मों से बड़ी है जग में दिल से दिल की सगाई.
Once again, Rushi, being Rushi, planned the proposal down to the T. Months of back and forth to find the perfect hotel with a perfect view, perfecting the vision with the photographer and videographer. Hima is definitely smart, and he knew she had an inkling, because who just goes to Italy and decides to tell someone to wear a dress and puts on a custom suit right before a birthday lunch? He tells her he wants to just grab a few photos down by the walkway before heading to the car to throw her off. As they walk down the pathway, she sees the roses laid out. He leads her to the spot with the Amalfi Coast view in the background and gets down on one knee. At this point, they both blacked out, and honestly, he couldn't tell you what he said. All he knows is that she said yes.
हाँ कब तक जवानी छुपाओगी रानी अरे कब तक जवानी छुपाओगी रानी कवारों को कितना सताओगी रानी कभी तो किसी की दुल्हनिया बनोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी 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 मुझसे शादी करोगी.
It's been a long journey of 2 years, learning more and more about each other. As they began wedding planning, there were many hurdles, arguments, and relationship growth. constant back and forth on when to even set a date, to not being able to find a venue or finding any openings in 2023. They eventually decided to take the leap and have the wedding of their dreams in Cabo. Rushi, being a groomzilla, didn't make things very easy for Hima, but he was very thankful for her constant support. Together, they planned this magical wedding weekend that they will cherish and look back on forever.
मेरे यार की शादी है मेरे यार की शादी है मेरे
माने दूधिया जे पाई सी पोशाक मारी तारियां नु हाथ